Hello, lovely butterfly. Welcome back. It's France. Here they are, the new stamps. And no, I'm not going to show them all at once. Today, I thought I'd share how I like to mount my stamps. And to mount my stamps, I use Klingling mounting foam. Now, I have been using Easy Mount for years until one day Leslie from Chocolate Baroque said, "You should try this Klingling." And ever since I tried this one, well, there is no way convincing me to try to use anything else to mount my stamps because this works so easily and so well that there's no way I'll change to anything else. So I have 5 new stamps that needs to be mounted, and that's a lot of mounting foam if I just stick them on and then fussy cut them. Yes, I am stroking my stamps. That's how much I like them. So I have another way of mounting them, but please allow me to introduce to you For the Love of Bee, which is one of my new stamp sets. You might recognize some of the stencils from the previous collections, but that is not what this is about today. Today, let's mount those stamps. So I decided to start with this one for a reason, because it has like one half that is a bit of a block. Everything is like straight, and the other half is more, well, detailed. So I keep the packaging, of course, to put in my stamp storage so that I can see which stamps I have on there. And now I can start putting down my rubber on the mounting foam. So I am explaining to my patrons how it exactly works in a lot of details. So this is one way to do it. You could just stick this down as such, and then you would need half a Klingling sheet per stamp, which is a lot of mounting foam. So instead of doing it that way, I will do it in blocks. And for this one, I have this, like I said, half the stamp that is more or less one straight block, and then the other side, which is more like, it looks like I'm just going to cut my stamps. Crazy woman, what are you doing? Just follow the space in between the stamps. There we go. Now I can breathe again. So I cut the left half of the rubber as one big block because I could not cut this in any way to save more mounting foam than cutting it this way. So there's no point in even trying to save some more. But I do have on that right side that little border of rubber. I don't want that, so I'm just going to cut it off because it might pick up ink when I'm inking up my stamp, which will only bother me when I try to stamp it in a clean way. And on top of things, well, it is 2 millimeters of mounting foam, which I could be using to put something else on than just plain rubber that has no design on there. Okay, let's speed this up a little because you get my drift. I just need to get rid of all that excess rubber so that I can stick this down as one block. So now I need to peel away the protective sheet from the mounting foam so that I can stick down my block of rubber on this side. So this was an easy one because I just had this one big piece of rubber instead of all the tiny pieces. On the other hand, as you can see, I'm left over with just a tiny edge of mounting foam, but I will use that. I'm using the Tim Holtz Tonic scissors to do this. I think they're really handy to do this kind of job. Even if the blades are pretty short, I still like these scissors to do this kind of work. So, and now I'm trying to cut as close to the rubber as I can to, well, not to waste any mounting foam. And that little piece of foam that I have left over, I am keeping that because I will probably have like a word or series of number that I can stick on there. So I'm not throwing that away. I'm just putting it back on the protective sheet. Well, this, of course, this is too small and I will need to put that in the garbage bin. And yes, it hurts. It hurts. I hate waste. Now I can just separate these four stamps because I have 2 words and then 2 designs, and I'm just cutting in between. You could leave some of those things together if you want to have like a collage kind of stamp. You could leave them together. I like to have everything separated so that I can actually collage on the paper and combine the stamps that I really want to combine at that moment. Yes, I do need my glasses to do these kind of things. Thank you, Mother Nature, for reminding me my age. I'm not leaving any of that sticky stuff on the side because I don't want everything to stick every time I need to handle one of my stamps. And while I'm doing this, I can already tell you that the new stamps will be available on November 4th. They will be up on my web shop, but I will also have them with me on the Hojenda TV shows. More about that in the community posts here on my YouTube channel very, very soon. And if you want to make sure that you don't miss any of that information, subscribe to my channel and hit the little bell to receive all notifications. Now I can start working on that second half of the stamp set. So in order to know how much mounting foam I need for each stamp, I detour them first, and that will give me a very good idea of how big the piece of mounting foam needs to be for that particular stamp. Now that I have all my little stamps, I can also see which leftover pieces of foam that I can use. So these little numbers can perfectly go on that leftover piece of mounting foam that I had from the first part of the stamp set. And then it's just a game of patience to put each of these little pieces on a piece of mounting foam and detour it. Once I'm done mounting comes the fun part. So peeling away the protective sheet of the static side of the mounting foam, I can now stick it down on an acrylic block and stamp the stamp for the very first time. And it's not because these are my designs that when I stamp them for the first time, I'm not as excited as you are when you stamp them for the very first time. It's the exact same thing. Let's have a look. Woohoo! Yes, I am excited and I am looking forward to use these on so many sets. So, I also keep all these little leftovers pieces of foam because they might come in handy for mini tiny stamps like that little heart or that little circle that I have on the Natural Beauty stamp set. And that is how I try to waste as less mounting foam as possible. And of course, I will keep all these leftover pieces for a next time. Meanwhile, all my stamps are mounted and I haven't cleaned my scissors once yet. I will have to do that before putting them away, and to do that, I just use nail polish remover. Now, if you use nail polish remover, please be careful for your craft sheet because they don't really like each other that much. That's it. That's all I have for you today. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'll see you back here next time. Don't forget to put down a layer a day. Butterfly kisses.